Yeah, look, I think we're still tracking this story at Tesla, and it's actually happening out in New York State, right? What we're seeing with the unionization effort in Buffalo, the NRLB filed a complaint in the last 24 hours saying that those workers on the Autopilot team that we discussed 24 hours ago who are making an effort to organize, making a union push, dozens of them were terminated following that push in very short order, according to the complaint. The difficulty here, as you guys know, Tesla does not have a press department, right? It doesn't have anyone we can go to and get a comment from. You know, as always, we'll email Elon Musk, we'll email anyone we have a line into, but there's no Tesla engagement on this story. But prima facie, it looks like a pretty rapid and quick response to stamp out that unionization effort over in New York.
What could be Musk and Tesla's defense in this case if one did happen in quick succession of the other? Is there a defense they could form?
You cannot fire people just because that they hand out leaflets, and you guys will remember that was what happened. So Tuesday, Valentine's Day, a very small group, around 25 workers who are working on data labeling of Autopilot, right? These are not manufacturing or assembly line roles. They were handing out leaflets to their colleagues at the Buffalo facility. The poem on them was "Roses are red, violets are blue. The union effort starts with you." This retaliation, if it is retaliation, has happened quickly. What I would say is this is a really small group, right? Mm-hmm. There's like 2,000 people in that facility approximately. 128,000 globally. So it's really hard to know what's going on here. But as you guys know, the broader context, particularly in the technology sector, is that the unionization effort nationwide has had some success in the last year. That's why we're monitoring this so closely.
Yeah, I was asking our resident lawyer, David Weston, and apparently, yes, it is illegal to fire someone for forming a union, passing out leaflets, but you have to prove that that's why they got fired. Hence, we want to talk to their press department to see if there were other things that were going on. That's where, proven tension is quite difficult. Ed, stock going nowhere on it, which just leads me to believe that investors are just taking all this union stuff in stride. It really still feels to be about Twitter and Musk and then Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, on the unionization side of the story, this is not new, right? 2018 and 2017, there were big efforts to unionize Fremont just behind me over the water. Those were unsuccessful. As we talked about 24 hours ago, Musk has kind of, in the past, tried to call the union efforts bluff, saying, go for a vote, have a vote and see what happens, because of the confidence that they wouldn't do so. I look at the Tesla trading. We're softer in the session today, right? Those comments, sort of startling Fed comments earlier this morning. We were down ahead of the inflation print. You have to remember, Tesla's still a stock with a high multiple that's trading based on how the market feels and also taking into effect macro factors. And year to date, it's really recovered because it's proved that it can use price cuts as a driver for demand. So I don't know how, to answer the question, I don't think investors have too much concern about this specific incident. But again, bigger picture, maybe down the road, it's a bigger problem for Tesla.
And Ed, less than a minute here, but I mean, this isn't the first time Elon Musk has bumped up against labor concerns. Wasn't there something with Twitter as well when he let go all of those folks?
Well, again, when the mass layoffs at Twitter happened, there were a number of complaints filed against Elon Musk as the sort of owner and lead executive at the company, ranging from unfair dismissal right through to specific roles or teams that were cut in what they claimed were an unjustified way.